Right. This is now Cherrapunji, here in Nagaland. The first Presbyterian mission station that was formed here by this Thomas. I need to just look up his name. Thomas Jones, Welsh missionary who came here and gave a script to the Kazi people, and made the alphabet and the language and write it down so they could start studying and etc. Right, and these waterfalls here are called the Seven Sisters waterfall because of the Seven Sisters, where the cultures are quite the same. Here in the northeast, Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya, and then I always forget the one, Pradesh or Pradesh, whatever, Arunachal Pradesh or something there in the north, bordering Bhutan. Right, so yes, there's not a lot of water at the moment in the waterfall, and it's kind of misty, so you don't see it very clear, but it starts from way over there, and it runs down, and then it splits, and there's the Seven Sisters waterfall. So let's continue with Exodus chapter 14, verse 15. The Lord said to Moses, "Why do you cry to me? Tell the people of Israel to go forward." Now, we've seen earlier how the people would be angry at Moses. Moses will cry out to God in prayer or just desperation. But we haven't seen in this chapter a mention of Moses himself crying. The people, they are not satisfied. They are moaning and groaning because they're going to moan and groan, and they're going to moan and groan a lot still. But so we don't know if is this now Moses, and it's not stated that he cried out to God, or is this just God speaking of the people in general crying? Now, if you look at the people, the answer of God's like, tell the people of Israel to go forward. So it is a question of more the people. So I would imagine this crying, at least Moses is trying to show as if it is the people that is crying out, and therefore God is addressing the people through Moses, and then through Moses telling them what you're supposed to do is just go forward. Now, I mean, imagine forward where? Like, if someone tells me to go forward here now, it's like, yeah, and I'm going to die. I mean, if I go forward, yes, I can go forward here. And then if I don't die jumping off this bike and, this building here, and then climbing the hedge there, and then going over the grass. But if I'm going to then go forward more, then, that's death. I don't think I'm going to survive this sheer drop here. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make any sense at all. Where? Forward, God, into the sea? We can't swim, Verse 16, lift up your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it, that the people of Israel may go through the sea on dry ground. Right, so God telling Moses what he's supposed to do. Staff, lift up the staff again, stretch it out over the sea. God will divide it, not the God. God will divide it, and the people can then go through. And none of us has ever seen something like that in real life. It kind of doesn't exist, right? So all of a sudden, it's like now me saying, okay, stretch out the staff here, the rod, or whatever, my phone, hold out my phone like this, and then a bridge is going to appear here. Now, I mean, I guess maybe sometime in the future there might be some, I don't think there will ever, because there's really no need for a bridge here. This is not China. And so most likely there will never be a bridge, but a bridge appearing here for just a second, a little bit like that Indiana Jones movie. Right? Are you going to just kind of walk over? I mean, hold out my phone like this, and a bridge appears, and I can like walk over to the other side from here to that side, kind of, so that Pharaoh and his people, when they start walking on the bridge will fall apart, and they will all fall into the abyss here and die. I mean, I think we all understand that, right? On its own, a bridge is not going to just appear here. Like the sea is not just going to part. We have never seen it. Right? There's lots of things we have never seen in our life. There's a living roots breach not far from here, but unluckily we won't be able to make it. We don't have enough time. We need to catch the car at 4, just after 4, to go to Izor in Mizoram. And although it's not far driving, but then you need to still walk an hour or maybe 2 to get down to it itself and then climb back up again. So yes, unluckily time is not there. But I haven't seen it, but I've seen photos of it. So since I've never seen a bridge made out of roots of trees, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. No, it actually does exist. Unluckily, I won't be able to show you, but it does exist. I can ask the guide here and he tells us, yes, he saw it, for example, right? And so since we haven't seen it, it does not mean that it doesn't exist. There's lots of things in our lives we haven't seen, but it still can exist. Now, I guess the only people ever seeing a sea being parted would have been these people. A river, Jordan, is going to part later on, but that's not the sea. How it's going to look. Now, well, according to the Bible, it happened. So I will just take God's word for that. In some other way, God did, because God is a creator. If he could create this here, okay, now you can't see anything at all because it's just mist now at the moment, which is very beautiful in its own way. Then sure, he can make it so that the sea can be divided. I mean, he did it before. And the division of the sea ultimately is as well that point back towards this whole act of creation where he created everything and divided the land and the sea. Now here it's not a division between land and sea, but a division between sea and sea, to put it like that. It's a little bit different, but as well the same kind of concept, and pointing back towards the creation story, how God did create everything for his sake, for our sake, for the sake of humanity ultimately. At least making it possible. I mean, ultimately it's for his glory, right? It's not for our sake, it's for the glory of God. Sorry for that, it's for the glory of God. And so he's for his people he's going to do, and then through this act, he, that is God, will be glorified. Right, verse 17. And I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, so that they shall go in after them. And I will get glory over Pharaoh and all his hosts, his chariots and his horsemen. So what is God going to do? Yes, you're going to walk through, and it's not then going to be a question of Pharaoh looking at this and like, no, I'll go around, or I'll just wait. They get out to the other side, I'll build boats or something. Something here is going to happen. Better for me to go around, right? Than to go straight through them, because man, I have chariots. I can easily catch up with them. If this doesn't seem very good. I mean, just look at these walls of water to the side. No. I mean, it's like I'm afraid of heights. You know it by now. It's like putting me in a high building there. I was like, you want to go up here into this high building, or you want to walk around into something to get to the other side? Do you need to walk 1,000 kilometers to get? Or do you go up into this high building? I will walk 1,000 kilometers rather than go up in that high building, right? So Pharaoh could have looked at this and was like, nah. These guys, 1 million or so of them, with everything they have, they're moving slowly. It's so easy for me to go around. I can trap them on the other side. They can't walk back through it. And if they do, I will just come around and catch him on this side. Oh, well, leave some soldiers that side, some on this side. Some other time I'm going to surround him. And no, God hardened his heart and is saying they will follow through. They are going to follow through after you. And in that way, what is going to happen? God is get glory over them. Right? That's the whole point of this. Is all this the glory of God, not the glory of man, not the glory of the Israelites, like we these days seemingly proclaim, but the glory of God. It was always about God. It was never about them. It's never about the land. People, please understand. I mean, you're missing out so much. But anyhow, the glory of God. And so, for His sake, He will let them in there. So this leading them there was not, oh man, this is so bad. What are we going to do? There's no way out of this. Oh, it's so evil. So how could God do it? But in that, no, His glory will shine through, because Pharaoh is going to come after them and they will be defeated. They will be defeated. His host, his chariots, his horsemen, all of the Egyptian army, the best part of the Egyptian army will be destroyed. Verse 18, and the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I've gotten glory over Pharaoh, his chariots, and his horsemen. So yes, ultimately these guys are going to know because of this, because of God getting glory. the glory over them. They will know, the Egyptians will know, the people will know ultimately that it's about God, that God is the one fighting for them. God is giving them this victory because there's no other way. The glory of God. Again, the idea of soli deo gloria. That is what it's about. Again, people, it's not about us, it's about God. We must not forget that. Always, it's about God, the glory of God, because there's nothing more beautiful. This is beautiful now with this mist covering everything. It's beautiful. Although you can't see anything, it's still beautiful. When it's away, it's still beautiful. It will always be beautiful, but there's nothing as beautiful as the glory of God, as who God is.